Dear brothers from planet Earth, I am Ashtar Sheran. It is with great joy that I come here today, to bring peace and harmony to hearts. Don't think that I'm going to scrutinize, explain, demonstrate what is being done here. I understand that at this time, each of you should be concerned about your own change, not the change of your society or the change of the planet. Yes, the planet is changing, you can see it. Many events are happening in various parts of the planet. But none of them are related to the rise of Gaia, related I say, to having to happen for Gaia to ascend. The climatic events on your planet today are the lessons that you will all have to learn, so that you can respect the planet in the future, see the planet as a brother, as a living being, not as something that can be explored infinitely. Everything has to exist in balance. You broke this balance a long time ago, through greed, power, genetic manipulation. The reasons are countless and cannot be mentioned here. What matters is what each of you can do right now, to help the planet in these changes to come. If everyone does their part, if everyone emanates light, if everyone seeks to use the planet consciously, of course this will all have a result, nothing goes unnoticed. And then I can assure each one of you that lessons will be learned, and that in this way, you will become beings ready to live on a balanced and totally sustainable planet. Now is not the time to worry about what is happening on the surface. Nothing stands still. Whoever effectively searches, and knows what to look for, will find it. We are not stopped. Our action on the surface is going smoothly and without much fanfare, exactly as we want. It's not that they don't know what we're doing, they know and they are terrified, trying to escape off the planet. We just say that there is no place in the universe where we are not, and the universal laws will apply everywhere. There is no point in the universe that prevents our arrival, our action. I would say to you that the greatest wisdom at the moment is to let yourself go, to expect nothing, to long for nothing, just live each moment consciously, thinking about yourself and the planet. This is the point that all of you must base yourself on at this time. Everyone takes care of their own path, everyone takes care of their balance, stays on the planet, living sustainably as much as possible. Changing your habits, changing your customs, your ways of thinking, your foods, your ways of eating. Start rejecting processed foods. Start showing so many others that living without contamination is good, and brings balance. Your bodies are no longer accepting so easily the amount of bad things that you were putting in until a certain moment. I can tell you that not everyone on the planet is realizing this. Those whose journey is still focused on the third dimension do not perceive it, they do not understand what their bodies reject. The vast majority think they are getting sick, and are taking even more medication, because there is no cure. The cure is change, the cure is to reject what hurts you. But wait for this vast majority that lives and vibrates the third dimension, this is practically impossible. But you who are preparing and on the journey, your bodies no longer accept and show you the results of what you eat. There will come a time when everything will become so strong that you will eat it and immediately throw it out. Their bodies will no longer accept it. So, the change is profound. It's not about stopping completely from one moment to the next, it's about getting your bodies used to not having that anymore, it's eating what your body accepts, in that quantity. Because there is still a long way to go for total change, but gradually your bodies will reject more and more, and you will reduce the amounts more and more. Until they no longer feel like eating certain things. Overcome addictions, habits, flavors. Don't think that it will be difficult to lose certain habits. Today, your minds and bodies ask for certain foods, but the time will come when your own brain will know that it is not good and will no longer want to taste it. So everything has to be done gradually, nothing done in an extreme way works, but you will notice that your own bodies will begin to impose the amount to be ingested. Whatever you consume within that quantity, you will feel good. If you pass a certain limit, you will feel sick and you will begin to realize that you should pay attention to what you are eating. So this moment is the moment to turn inward, it is the moment to think about you, it is the moment to think about the planet. Forget what happens outside, this is not a problem for you. Live to stay in balance. Do what you can for the planet. Many may think, but if this planet is going to ascend, why am I going to do anything here, if everything will be lost? So I tell you that you are not doing anything for Gaia's ascension, you are doing it for humanity. Because each point you bring into balance on the planet, the easier the future will be for those who remain in the third dimension. So you are doing it for your brothers. Life will be very hard in the future, because those resources that you used without planning will be extinguished and life will be very difficult. But if you start to change a lot of things today, you will change the future, because the future is nothing more than the reflection of what is being done today. So do it for your brothers tomorrow. Maybe it's not for your tomorrow. So don't be selfish and think only of yourself, think of the brothers who will still be here until all this is completely extinguished, and this planet no longer has a living being in the third dimension. Those who will ascend will, of course, have the possibility of returning to Tercera, but those who will not ascend will remain here for a long time, realizing and learning everything they need to learn. Until the day comes when those who really don't want to learn will leave. Those who learn and want to evolve will certainly ascend. But you will already be living in the fifth dimension, you will be preparing and returning here in the third, at certain times, to help those brothers to wake up, to believe that it is possible to go there. Because you will go back and forth to tell it like it is. And many were fascinated and will definitely want to be part of this world. And you will be the ones who teach them how to get there. But unfortunately, there will be those who will not listen to you, they will think that you want them bad, because they do not want to understand this story of dimension and of the new world. They don't want to understand the free world, they don't want to understand the world that is totally fair and balanced. For them, what counts is power, power over others, the power of money, the power of submission to others. Then these, by their own choice, will leave and the third dimension will only remain as a great memory for Gaia. Because, yes, at this moment, no living being will survive in the third dimension. Those who ascended will already be in the fifth, the others will be in other orbs continuing their journey in the third dimension. So, the moment now, for each of you who is on this journey to ascension, is to take care of yourself, to take care of the planet, to take care of your brothers who will remain here for a long time. Be kind to them, they are not ready to learn yet. They will have to go through a lot so that they can evolve, like you too. No one is saying here that because you are on the road, you will not experience many problems, will pass. Because you will have to take this awareness of what you did to the planet to the fifth dimension. But every step you take in a direction contrary to everything you have done, the lesson is learned faster, and you get closer to the great portal. So this is the time. This is not the time to worry about what will happen outside. What happens outside is our problem. The big change, the big revelations are on the way. But don't worry about that, the concern now has to be with you and the planet. Do everything possible and impossible to help Gaia, because in this way you will be helping yourself, minimizing the effects of everything you have caused and helping your brothers, who will still need to stay here for a long time, so that they can learn everything you have already learned. Forget the world outside, forget the news, forget the revelations. Everything is happening the way we planned, so smoothly that you don't even notice. This is how we want it, this is how the light is, it doesn't cause harm, it causes change. But those who are focused on themselves and the planet don't even notice them, and that's what we want. When the final moment arrives, the grand finale, then yes, everyone will see it, everyone will participate and everyone will experience the great changes.